I can't believe I've spent all these years conspiring to make your life more miserable than your fossilized parents could ever dream of. Oh wait, I wasn't doing that. I've been too busy living my life. I remember you as a child creeping out all the other Pokemon kids, including my own, because even 10 years ago you were an angry, unsportsmanlike punk. Welcome to the Club Doom Files, where we look at the strangest true crimes to ever take place. Today, we're going to look into one of the most peculiar hit and runs to ever come out of the Charlottesville area. The attempted getaway by two deranged Chandlers, which led to one Michael Snyder getting hit with their car twice. So if you've seen the first two parts of this series, you know Chris got banned from the gameplays due to a number of major infractions, until the manager, Michael Snyder, just couldn't take it anymore, and permanently removed him from the vicinity. Chris, channeling his inner Looney Tunes character, would make several attempts to lift this ban. His first attempt included a half-hearted YouTube apology video directed at the staff. Like, dang, between being the first brony, being the first Let's Player, and now this lame YouTuber apology video, Chris really do be a pioneer in modern internet buffoonery. Soon after, he would try sneaking into the place. That went about as well as you'd expect. Then there was the time Chris tried to smooth talk his way back in.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Bye.
Hello, Michael. I see you're looking well. You haven't changed much since for the past almost 2 years. And yeah, it has been almost 2 years since what happened June 2008. But I came back hoping that we could put that behind us.
No.
And come on. I mean, it has been almost 2 years, and it's just been on my mind for so long. Just be
No.
Can we just forgive
No.
and forget?
No.
Come on, to have this weight on my back.
No.
And I have really missed
No.
coming here.
No. You need to leave now.
I'm a better person.
You need to leave now.
Come on, dude.
No. You need to leave now.
How can you be so heartless? I mean, you're obviously not as mean as one of those trolls I've been dealing
You
with.
need to leave now.
I mean, come on. I mean, obviously you had something against me, aside from the Wii incident. I just would like to know what. Come on. Give me a break. Alright, fine, I'll leave. But I hope that God will forgive you for being so heartless and cruel, Michael Snyder. You.
On October 10th, 2010, Chris would make one last ditch effort to get back in. Rocking his old Pokemon League t-shirt, he apologized for, well, he didn't really know why he was banned. There wouldn't exactly be a comprehensive list of reasons readily available on the Quickie until years later. Even then, I'm sure if Chris heard said list, he'd dismiss it all as lies and slander. Then came the first major incident. Imagine you Snyder, right? Just chillin', working at the hobby shop, when all of a sudden you notice that same fat just outside once again, but this time, he's got a camera. Taking pictures. Obviously mad at this invasion of privacy, Snyder chased Chris around the parking lot. I mean, you'd kinda wanna know what weird things he was planning to do with them pictures. And weird it was, because apparently Chris was planning to use the photos he took of Snyder as a makeshift dartboard. Like I said before, on some Looney Tunes type beat. Then, it happened. October 28th, 2011. 5:20 p.m. Chris and his equally deranged mother Barbara enter the facility after hearing news it was under new management, hoping this meant the ban could finally be lifted. In a cruel twist of fate, turns out Michael Snyder was the new owner. They dipped soon as they saw him. Understandably, he followed them into the parking lot to confront them. In a panic...
Hi, I'm Christopher, hitting enthusiast.
Now, you thinking it can't possibly get any worse? Well... You'd be wrong. Remember how in the Sonichu comics, Chris would battle the jerk-offs whenever they arrived on the scene? Take a wild guess what happened next. If you guessed Chris fought the jerk-offs IRL, you'd be all wrong in a bag of chips. Turns out it was Barb of all people trying to shoot the fade with the jerk-offs, cause she got slapped with an assault on law enforcement charge. Smooth. Then came the court hearings. Under Barb's infinite wisdom, they dropped all the money they had inherited from Bob Chandler on having Rob Bell from the House of Delegates as their defense attorney. During the hearings, Chris brapped a fatty before... Chris... During the hearings, Chris brapped a fatty before stress signing in the middle of the hearing. People say I cover Chris for the clout. I do not. I do not cover Chris for the clout. I cover Chris because I can't help but laugh at that. Come on. Like, do you swear on the Bible that... So you know that went well, all things considered. Bell described Chris to the judge as an adult autistic child, to which Chris responded with a big ol' frowny face. Chris and Barb were sentenced to community service, probation, and Chris was to receive psychiatric treatment and evaluation. Lot of good that did. Snyder, because he was such a heartless monster, requested all felony charges get dropped. Chandler's just had to pay medical expenses. Chris, however, believed that lying Michael Snyder doesn't deserve a red cent! And yes, Chris actually shouted that at the judge during the hearing after everything was already decided. And that really do be the end of the story. But before we dip, I just kind of want to take a moment to appreciate some of these quote-unquote reviews Chris left for the gameplay, Jenkins Jinkies style, because these are pretty funny, not gonna lie. Owner is very rude and a liar. He banned my autistic friend Chris from the store a couple years ago. I tried to talk it over with the owner, whose name is Michael Snyder, to see if I can get him to let my friend back in to be a customer again. We wouldn't give me a reason behind the ban and hung up on me. But that's only the beginning. Just recently, he actually had the gall to charge my friend and his widowed mother with a bogus hit-and-run charge. The employees, however, are pretty nice and try to help you. But if my money is going to the profit of this utterly contemptible owner, I would much rather take my business somewhere else. This horrible place kicked my friend Chris out, and for that, I can never forgive them. This store has a wonderful and expansive selection of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, which is what attracted me to the store in the first place. Then my cousin mentioned he was banned from the store a few years ago, and that made me realize how nasty the employees are. Upon a visit I took to Seville's Hobbies, Games, and Toys last month, I had the pleasure of meeting who I think was the supervisor, or possibly owner. His name was Mike, and he seemed like a very nice man. After only browsing booster packs for 5 minutes, I saw him start screaming at another patron. I don't recall what the argument was about, but it only lasted a couple minutes. The little kid, who couldn't have been older than 10, ran out crying. This incident alone, coupled with the fact my cousin, who already has troubles of his own, was banned for what he says was no good reason, has changed my perception of the store entirely. I would advise anyone who is interested in comics, TCGs, or toy collecting to not visit this store. And if I could say something to that fat 60-something-year-old, I'd tell... Yeah, 60-something. Yeah, it's not like Chris ain't say that a whole bunch of times in his videos. I'd like to... He should change his business tactics. Stop scaring little kids away, because it'll only hurt business. Also, it turns out the owner is a registered sex offender. Highly doubt, Chris. Highly doubt. So that was Chris, or at least Chris's dummy account's reviews on the matter. Let's see what this reviewer, Reality, has to say. The store was awesome in terms of hardcore gaming and hobbies. Had all forms of card games in its store, and plenty of games to choose from for everyone. I was an uber Magic and Warhammer player, and it was filled to the gills with those products, and had active communities that played those games. They are also highly active with trades among the store, holding rare pieces to gaming collections that are must-buys. If you enjoy media like comics and books, they have loads of material. They had frequent Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments and Pokemon tournaments as well. The store is very friendly towards the customers, especially for children who enjoy card games with their friends. The store is very hands-on and active with their gaming community, hosting tournaments and other events to get people into playing these games. And you can drop on in and set up a game with numerous friendly locals. The store has a lot of friendly faces, both faculty and patron alike. Doesn't get much trouble from bad guests, but there were some people who caused trouble from time to time, like any other place you shop at. I was a frequent local, and the staff are very good with dealing with rabble-rousers. Wabble wowzers. There was this one man who acted like a child, even dressed like one, always screaming like a baby and throwing a fit when he lost. And the manager did a great job dealing with the troublemaker. The creep womanized female customers. He even went to the back of the store even though he was told not to because he was probably trying to steal some of their inventory or something. And he even yelled at kids at the top of his lungs, especially black kids. He was probably racist, and tried to pretend his autism made him not responsible for his actions, even though the staff clearly told him not to do those things, and he looked functioning enough to know that his actions were ill-mannered. The manager told the creepy individual to leave and eventually banned him, making the store safe and enjoyable like it used to be before that jerk showed up. Thumbs up, manager. You are awesome. The management definitely cares about their business for telling bad people like that to leave. The creep never returned, and I am personally glad he won't. If you love playing games, and more games, Seville's Hobbies is the best place in town. It has been around for a while. Heck, it used to be called The Game Place. I still go there, and I'm loving it. So that's what our good friend Reality had to say on the matter. I love that. That's great. And with that ends the Chris versus Gameplace trilogy. I'll catch you guys the next time. Sweet nectar. Jags, Bermudas, we own. Proudful Jester in the zone. Scaly schisms either go. You know that we ain't for gold. Boom, chicka, pow, chicka, boom, ta, ra, ta, ta, ta. If you be subscribed to Club Doom, you know what's up. That's most definitely what's up.